Letting your users write their own skills is one of the cheapest ways to make an AI product better. It also hands you a distribution problem you did not have the day before. A skill is mostly a markdown file telling the agent how to do one specific job, and your users know their own workflows better than you do. So, letting them write skills teach your agent things you would never have thought to teach it. Then, you look at what you actually shipped, a file someone outside your team wrote that an agent will read and act on, that other people want to use, and that will need to change next month. This is not a feature, this is an artifact, and artifacts need a registry. So here is a cut that made this trackable for me. A skill registry is two planes wearing one name. The control plane is everything about the skill: identity, versions, owners, access, approval, discovery. The storage plane is the skill itself, right? The actual bytes and whatever hands them to an agent at the moment it needs them. For a single markdown file, those two nearly collapse into each other. But the interesting skills do not stay single files, right? They grow into a bundle, like a dictionary, directory with reference files for the parts that need depth, and the executable scripts for the steps you do not want a language model improvising. The moment a skill is a directory instead of file, the two planes come apart. So I went looking at what people have shipped. AWS Agent Registry in Bedrock AgentCore has a genuinely good control plane, version records, approval workflow before anything becomes discoverable, hybrid search that indexes the instruction text itself rather than just the name, and MCP endpoint the agent can query directly. Then the storage plane, a pointer, right? The markdown lives in the registry, the bundle lives in GitHub. It's a catalog, not a shelf. On the other hand, LiteLLM Skill Hub is the same shape but simpler on purpose. Git pointers, keyword and domain filters, no semantic search. Then the part I got wrong, which is the part that made the split feel real. I assumed the LiteLLM could not store a skill at all. It can. It implements Anthropic's Skill API, zip upload, and database backed version. And that is a real storage plane. It is just a completely separate feature from the hub, like a different endpoints, different data model. They live inside the same product but do not know each other. And the Anthropic's own API is the same shape from the other direction, like clean storage, no organizational catalog at all. Control planes with borrowed storage, storage with no control plane, and nobody has shipped both, which tells me that this is not an implementation gap. The category has not decided yet whether it is one product or two. So here's my read. Borrow the control plane, like a versioning approvals, search over instruction text, and the point that agent can hit. So that is solved. So I would not enjoy rebuilding it. Own the storage plane, not because options are bad, but because of who is writing the skill. Point at the GitHub repo is completely same answer when your engineers author them. Your engineers have a repo and a review process. Your users have a text box. So if a user writes a skill with a script in it, that has to live somewhere that belongs to you, with uploads, versions, and a way to hand the bundle to the agent at the runtime, which means two systems, and the same between them is yours to maintain. What would change my mind is narrow and easy to watch for, right? One registry that takes a bundle upload, versions a whole bundle rather than just a top file, and serves it back through the same endpoint the agent already searches. The day that ships, this stops being a design decision. Until then, if you ship user-authored skills tomorrow, which plane would you build and which one would you borrow? Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode.